There's a development, Naugam police explosion. There is a JNK police briefing going on. Let's cut across to that.
9th and 10th of November 25. This recovery, like the rest of the recoveries which we have done, was transported and kept securely in the open area of police station Naugam. As part of the prescribed procedure, the samples of the recovery had to be forwarded for further forensic and chemical examination. On account of the voluminous nature of the recovery, this process was going on for the past 2 days, which means yesterday and day before, by the FSL team. Due to the unstable and sensitive nature of the recovery, the sampling process, the handling was being done with extreme caution, with utmost caution by the FSL team. However, unfortunately, during this course, last night around 11:20 p.m., an accidental explosion has taken place. Any other speculation into the cause of this incident is unnecessary. In this unfortunate incident, 9 people have lost their lives, 1 personnel of SIA, 3 personnel of the FSL team, 2 crime-fighting photographers, 2 revenue officials who were basically part of the magistrates team, 1 tailor who was associated with the team. In addition, 27 police personnel, 2 revenue officials, and 3 civilians from the adjacent areas have received injuries. The injured were immediately evacuated to the nearest hospital, where they are being treated as we speak. The building of the police station has been very severely damaged, and even the adjacent buildings have suffered. They have also been affected. The extent of this damage is being ascertained. The cause for this unfortunate incident is being inquired into. JNK Police stands in solidarity with the families of the deceased in this hour of grief. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
So no questions answered that and it has been an unfortunate event where at least 9 people were killed and several others have been injured in an accidental blast inside Srinagar's Naugam police station in Jammu and Kashmir. The explosion occurring while police officers and a forensic science laboratory team or FSL team were conducting an inspection of the recovered material. The DGP there saying that this recovered material had been moved or shipped over a period of few days ever since the recoveries happened on the intervening days of 9th and 10th of November. Now, according to reports, the officials were extracting samples from a massive cache of explosives when the blast actually took place. So this was not just explosive material, but these were ready explosives that could have been deployed. Now, this powerful explosion completely destroying the police station building and several vehicles that were parked inside the police station compound. Among the dead are 3 FSL staff, 2 revenue officials, 2 crime photographers, and 1 SIA inspector and a tailor. Now, according to top sources who have spoken with CNN News 18, in a major development, an unstable ammonium nitrate batch exploded prematurely in JNK, averting what could have been a large-scale attack. Top sources say the chemical was not ordinary fertilizer, but had been chemically processed into a high-grade explosive. So it was not, as many were trying to say, oh, it's just 3 tons of urea. What's the big deal if there is urea? Urea is equal to ammonium nitrate. No, but the cops are saying this was highly processed ammonium nitrate. It was a high-grade explosive which was ready to be packed into an IED. So they had 3 tons of explosive material which was ready to be weaponized with an IED. Officials confirmed the module's plan was interrupted midway, and intelligence suggests that the device could have been moved to Delhi or other major cities. Ishan Wani now joining us. Ishan, you're one of the first to get to the site midnight when the incident occurred, and we saw your report from ground. What is the DGP trying to say here? Saying that don't call it urea, it was actually processed ammonium nitrate ready to be fit into an IED. This was ready explosive.
So what the DGP is saying is that we had to necessarily transport the entire material that was recovered from Faridabad to Srinagar because the FIR 162 of 2025 was recovered in Nowgam police station, was received in Nowgam police station, and later on because of the FIR that was recovered, it was necessary as part of the investigation for the entire stuff to be taken to Srinagar. It was stored in an open space in Nowgam police station. He's saying there is no sabotage. He's saying there is no any other conspiracy as being claimed by some media channels that there is a terror angle to this. They are denying there is any such, and they are saying it's unnecessary speculation in the media. We have been maintaining that there is no such event that has taken place, and they are saying that 9 of their people have lost their lives, including policemen, revenue officials, and who were part of the investigation, handling carefully, and they are yet to examine that what caused the explosion to take place inside the police station. Look, Anand, this explosion, when it took place in Delhi from the same material, investigators were not able to find that what really triggered. Was there a trigger? What sort of trigger it is which is causing the explosion? Similar explosion was caused in Srinagar's Nowgam. It was transported, and all along it was safe. But when it reached Srinagar, it stored in an open space. Investigators started to take some samples from it. It exploded. What is causing the explosion? Is there some renewed push to formulate a substance or a way to detonate this kind of substance is something we have to see, because the nature, the pictures are same. There was fire, there was destruction instant which had occurred when the blast took place. When we reached there, just like Delhi, everything had shattered and people were crying. The policemen were injured, people coming to the rescue and taking policemen to the nearest police station.
Now, so you're saying that this entire sample, or these were all what? They were sacks that had been kept, and they had been kept in the open. So nothing happened when they were kept in the open because they treated it like urea or ammonium nitrate present in fertilizer, which had to be then processed and weaponized. But you're saying as they were extracting these samples, it just suddenly went off. So was it a small batch that went off, or did this entire batch go off, Ishan? What did you see when you got there last night?
It seems like, Anand, it seems like the majority of the batch went off because the intensity was such. I'll tell you, Anand, I was in my home, in my room. Everyone, even 15 to 20 kilometers away, heard that blast. Everyone was clueless to what happened. When I heard it, I felt, has there been a terror attack which has taken place in Srinagar, which was disastrous to say the least. But then we knew that it is a blast that has taken place inside the Nowgam police station. Police knew there's a blast that had taken place in the premises. But how did it happen? They have no idea, because the team involved, immediate team involved for taking the samples, have not survived. 9 of them, including SIA, which has been formed on the lines of NIA to investigate the entire matter, which is already investigating such cases. Their inspector has died. Photographers who were taking pictures while camp supply samples were being taken have also died. There's a tehsildar who's a local official, as a magistrate who was acting, because once you take a sample, you have to have a magistrate there, part of the investigation. He also has been injured. So nobody knows what triggered it, how did it happen, but there is possibility, because the area has been sealed, there could be more explosive substance which was brought there, which is still littered there, and now they'll be more and more careful about handling of this substance to what it really is and how is it able to
But there are a few eyewitnesses who have survived, right? There are a few eyewitnesses who have survived, because there are 27 people who are injured, including civilians and police personnel. That's one. The other thing is there could be trails or residue of this explosive material that could be lying around. So will a fresh FSL team go back during daylight today to collect fresh samples?
Absolutely. It was not yesterday. It was even yesterday that the BDS and FSL teams were called to the location. I was there when these teams came in. It was at the dead of the night, around 3 o'clock, when the team started searching for the debris. Look, there are people who are still missing because the entire debris has come down. The police station has been flattened. And because the debris needs to be moved so that bodies can be seen. It was a very horrifying visual to even explain on the TV. We're not going to do that. But yes, a lot of casualties suffered by the J&K police while doing investigation or to unearth the larger nexus behind this entire plot.
Right, and we now have an update that 2 crime branch photographers who've died with